Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Lockdown Live. And we are back again. So we should have been out on our day one of freedom again today, but obviously that didn't happen. So here we are, carrying on strongly with the daily live chats. And today it's no different. I've got a very special one here today, and that's going to be with Bernard le Roux. Bernard is a South African born, and we went to the same school. He's a couple of years younger than me. We went to the same school in a small town called Mariesburg, and Bernard found his way to France, where he plays professional rugby and is a French international rugby player that has played 41 times for France, played in 2 World Cups, won numerous amazing club games over there, and yeah, he's just a very nice guy. And yeah, we're going to chat a little bit about that today and just see where this goes again. Yeah, and I hope you guys join in, and you've got lots of questions for us. I'm sure Bernard will be keen to ask them. It's not often that you get the chance to chat to an international rugby player in such a casual format. They are very busy guys, and I count myself quite lucky. And if it wasn't for the lockdown, I probably wouldn't have had this opportunity. So, all right, let's get Bernard to come on. Yeah. Just amazing times that we live in. Right, here we go. Just connecting to audio. Yes. Ja.
Eerst keer dat ik Zoom gebruik.
Yeah, well, you learn quickly. You learn very quickly.
Yeah, definitely. How are you doing?
All right, and yourself?
Good, good. Just had an afternoon nap. That's quite good. Of being at home every afternoon.
And I presume it's not something that you get to do often.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I've here commenting Visser Maas. He says, "Yeah, he's huge," and you would smile.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's actually a game ranger. You that like animals and stuff. He's a brilliant game ranger there. It's in Singita next to the Kruger Park.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes.
So, how long have you been at home now?
I was supposed to come home for 1 week holiday after the Six Nations, after our game got cancelled against Ireland. And I've been home for 6 weeks now. So it's the longest break I've had in 11 years.
Bad.
Yeah, no, the body feels great.
Yeah.
Me going to the wrong side of 30 now. So a long break like this isn't a bad thing. It's not a good thing either, but I sort of see it as a sabbatical, just recovering and getting my body into shape just to continue a few more years.
Yeah, I've said it to a couple of people now, especially with the Super Rugby guys that's playing a lot of games. This break could actually be to everybody's advantage, because all the injuries can heal. Everybody can. It's just if they stay fit is the next thing. But everybody can just rest and relax and get back to a top of their game again.
Yeah, I think it's a good pause for international rugby as well. I mean, in France, we play the most rugby out of all the countries worldwide. We play around 35 to 40 games a season with playoffs. So that's a lot of rugby playing, starting at a young age, at 18 or 19, and playing 12 or 13 years professionally. You get tired of playing that amount of games.
Yeah.
And it's not just physical, but mentally as well. It's you get tired of playing, getting up and motivated for 36 games a year is quite so. It's easy getting motivated for the big games. But then again, sometimes we lose against the bottom log, and it's not because you're not better than them. It's just because you're not as motivated. And so yeah, I think it's good for all the rugby players worldwide. I mean, it's a bad epidemic, and it's really bad for world rugby, and financially, it's not great. But for everyone having a pause, and just I think rugby is definitely going to go to a different level once it starts again.
Yeah. On now that you mentioned financially, do you guys get paid now? If you're not playing?
Yes, we do get paid. We get paid 85% of our salaries, and we don't pay as much tax as we should have. So you basically get everything you should get. It's insurance we pay on top of our salary every month for situations like this in France. So the government's really good. We do pay a lot of social tax and stuff on our salaries, but now we're really happy for that. We're really happy about what we're doing. I don't know if we're going to take any more salary cuts in the future. They're having talks, and so yeah, we're just waiting. Every week we get new news about what's happening and what's coming and what are they deciding with the season. But yeah, most of the stuff we all read in the media as well.
Yeah,
we don't have that much news, just to see how it evolve in the next few weeks. But I think this season is pretty much a write-off. I don't know if anything's going to be left, because we normally stop the 27th of June.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's going to end before that.
Yeah, and I think it's a good thing it wasn't the World Cup year now, that this whole thing.
Definitely. But yeah, World Rugby, can be very happy about it. But it's been an awkward rugby year with the World Cup, the typhoon, beating Japan, games being cancelled, playing Six Nations, game being cancelled. So it's by far been the most awkward rugby season I've had. It's been really good because we didn't play as much games, and we've played a few quality games. But yeah, it's been really weird with all this going on.
Yeah, no, it is a strange time that we live in. Right. So are you in Maritzburg now, or where did you say, Stellenbosch? I think you said.
I'm in Stellenbosch with my parents-in-law. So they've got two houses. They've got two houses here, just next to each other. So we're in the one. I think it could be long staying with your in-laws for a long time, but no, they're looking after us really well. We're enjoying it, and I'm enjoying a braai every day, every evening. It's from me and my father-in-law. So I'm keeping fit. I'm trying to keep fit as well. We've got a small gym here, so, and the weather's nice. No, I'm really enjoying it, enjoying the off time, and just trying to self-isolate and respecting all the stuff they told us to do.
And tell me quickly, I know that you are most probably pretty well known in France, but not so much over here. How many have you been stopped in the streets while you've been back in South Africa now for a long time? Obviously, you haven't been out in the streets a lot, but have people stopped you? Are you Bernard, or?
Yeah, I get it every now and then. Not as much back home, but or back in France. Yeah. But I do, especially in Maritzburg, where I'm from. A lot of people know me. We went to Jacobsbaai just after I got back, and we self-isolated there for 14 days quarantine, and we walk on the beach, and then a few people just say, yeah, every now and then, but not as much. And it's kind of like the downside of it, and just walking and no one noticing, and just doing our own thing, spending some quality family time. It's nice as well.
Yeah, and in general, if you look at in Europe, I know soccer is quite big. How big is the rugby following in France on a general level? Is there anything compared to what we've got here?
It's massive. It's massive. The north of France is a big country, and football is the main sport over there. Where the north of France, Paris and north of Paris, is a lot of football supporters, and the south of France is all rugby. So it depends on where you go.
Okay.
In Paris, you find there's so many tourists, we barely get noticed. Every now and then, when you walk with a racing shirt or get out of your car that's sponsored or something, you get stopped, and every now and then. But once you head to the south of France, Toulouse, Biarritz, you get stopped every 10 meters. So it depends on where in France you are. It's really a country that's split in two between rugby and football. And but there's a massive fan base, and we always have full stadiums. It's compared to Super Rugby. When I look at the stadiums, and I saw it's quite empty over here. We always we've got an average of 24,000 people at a game, at our home games, and there's clubs that's got more than that every weekend. So yes, it's different, but there's a big fan base. Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, when you said back home, you're a Frenchman now. You're not a South African anymore. And I remember...
I've got a French passport, and I've been living there for most of my adult life. I'm fluent. I won't say 100% fluent, but I'm pretty good in the language. I would say a part of me is French. I've definitely integrated to their culture, and I really enjoy it. And it's a country I'm really proud of living in. Everything works. It's just, you feel proud of being French, and it's something you can't explain to everyone. Everyone don't understand. And I love South Africa. I'll always be a South African boy as well. I grew up here, and I really enjoy nature. For me, it's the most beautiful country in the world, South Africa. I grew up here, and I love the culture, and I love the wildlife, and I really enjoy coming here for holiday. I don't know if I've ever come live here again, but I enjoy coming here for a month a year. And so, but I would say a big part of me is French now.
Yeah, I remember in the World Cup. Yeah, it wasn't a World Cup where somebody said, yeah, or was it in the Six Nations? My dad told me, and he said that there was a newspaper article where they wrote about the two South African locks, and then you commented and said, we're not South African locks, we're French locks.
Yeah. I think we got, especially now playing with Paul Willems, so that's South African as well. Both of us played lock. A lot of people didn't even know I was South African with my name and my surname being French. So they just thought I came through the French ranks. I've been there since I was 19 years old. So they saw me, and then with Paul coming up, a lot of people realized that we're both South African. We've been there for quite a time, and so we got a lot of media, not bad media, but just saying, yeah, we're South Africa and we're the engine room of the French team, and that's not really true. I think, like I said, a big part of us growing up was in France. I was 19 years when I got there. I speak French. I do all my stuff in French. I've completely adapted to the culture. So, and I feel like I'm French now. I've chosen to be French when I applied for my passport. So.
Yeah, that's awesome news. And I think a lot of people, especially the Mariasburgers, are very proud of you for everything that you've done.
Yeah, I must say that's a good feeling as well, knowing that small little town where I'm from is backing me all the way, and I still get messages after every game from some of my mates back home, and it's really awesome to see how the town supports me. A small Platteland town that's backing me all the way.
Yeah, but okay, right now a question I've got, and I'm sure somebody's asked you: how did you adapt from that life to going to big city, Europe, France, where you didn't know anybody, didn't speak the language? You probably sucked at English as well. So how did that go?
In English, I still suck in English. I think my French is better than my English at the moment. Anyway, so 2009, I was supposed to go to France for 3 months. It was just, they had an injury there, and I was supposed to sign at the Lions to go play Super Rugby, and so I had a 3-month gap in between contracts, coming from the Blitzbokke, going to the Lions. So I decided to go to France to go play for racing for 3 months, just as just for a good experience a different culture. Once I got there, the coach really liked me and he asked me if I would stay longer. And obviously back then it was mostly a financial choice because I got paid a lot more, and I had no intention of staying in France. I always thought I'll come back and play Super Rugby and maybe play for the Springboks. And then so I signed 1 season, and it was really hard. After my first year there, I got back after having a month holiday in South Africa, and I called my agent and said, "Listen, get me out of my contract. I'm going home. I'm going home tonight." And he told me, "Just hang in there. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. You're going to learn the language. You're going to start playing professional because back then I was sort of on the bench for the professional team. Didn't really play. Didn't speak French. All the guys a lot older with families and stuff. I was young, so I didn't have a lot of friends over there. And yeah, then I just made a mental shift. I told myself, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to get a passport. I'm going to play for the national team here. I'm going to learn French." And I made a massive effort, just studying every day for 2-3 hours, going to school, sitting in classroom with 6-7-year-old kids, learning French. So I did make an effort for 2 or 3 years, and it did pay off. Once I started speaking French, it was like a new country that opened for me. I had friends. I could go anywhere. I can participate in conversation. So that's the main thing. Once you adapt to the culture and the language, because not a lot of people speak English over there. It really helps. Really helps. It helps with the rugby. It helps with the social, because you need to socially adapt as well, not just rugby wise. You need to have a life with friends outside of rugby.
It again comes down to that you wanted to make the shift, because I think if you stayed in South Africa, you probably would not have had the career that you've had by now.
I think going over there and feeling like it really did help, that I felt like I was representing a nation. Once you got there, everyone talked, the South Africans are, the South Africans is this, the South Africans always play well, the South Africans, you immediately feel like you need to defend your culture and your people. And then that sort of later on changed into having ambition and stuff to play for France. But that did make a massive difference, and you just do better when you feel you're representing someone or something. So that motivated me. I worked really hard. When training starts at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, I was in the gym at 6 o'clock. When everyone finished at 4, I was there till 7 in the evening. So for the first 4 years, I did completely train like a person that's insane. And it did pay off, yeah.
But it shows. But again, if you stayed in South Africa, even if you did all that, I don't think you would have been noticed, because there would have been guys like Bakkies Botha and Victor Matfield and all the guys in that you had a difficult time. I wouldn't say you would have had a difficult time to shine, but it would have been more difficult for you to be noticed.
Yeah.
Playing with them in South Africa than what it was when you went to France. I don't know. Am I wrong in what I'm saying?
Definitely. I think I had my choices. I could have gone to the Lions. In 2013, I was a regular in racing starting team, and they just spoke to me to tell me, like, you're going to qualify to play for France in the next 6 months. Would you want to play for France? And at that moment, I wasn't sure, and Heineke Meyer contacted me. And when I was back home in South Africa, I went to the Bulls, and he gave me a 3-year deal at the Bulls, and he told me, "Listen, if you come back, you'll play for the Springboks within the next 3 months." And that was a month before that he got selected as Springbok coach. Okay. And I really hesitated. I wasn't sure if I should come back or stay there. I had 2 years left to apply for my passport. I had the opportunity to play for France, and then I just made a choice for me, my future, and what I think is best for me. And I still think today was the right choice. And today I'm there. I'm playing for France. I really enjoy it. I built a completely new. I pitched up there with one backpack, with a pair of boots. I've made a life over there, and I really enjoy it. And I won't look back and regret any decisions I've made. I think I've had my choices. I could have come back to South Africa and gave it a go. I was noticed by big coaches of South African, abroad, in England, everywhere, and yeah. But racing with the club I'm at has played such a big role as well. It's more than just a club to me. I mean, I got there 19 years. I sort of grew up with them. They were taking care of me. They made sure I had everything, place to stay, food, a car. I mean, since the president, I'm really close with the president of the club as well. So I can't see me moving clubs as well. I started there, and I would like to finish there as well, just because they've been so good to me. It's not like I can just go to a different club or do something else. I think that played a big role as well. Them taking me in and looking after me that well.
Like you can see it on your social feed, especially on your Instagram, where when you post stuff with the guys, you can see afterwards in the game room. It's not just a bunch of guys that play together on Saturday and Monday. They all do their own thing. You can see it's a bunch of close guys together.
Definitely. It's more. We're always like a group of brothers. I mean, every year there's a few guys that comes and goes, that end their careers and comes in. But I think we've really created a brotherhood where it's more than just a team, and we do socialize a lot outside of rugby as well. Not everyone think when they think socializing about rugby, they call it a troisième mi-temps, a third half, or third. Yeah. So everyone just goes out and drinking, but no, we just at the group. Oh, at the club, we're really tight. When anyone's going through problems or family things or anything, we're really there for each other in that way as well. And I must say, the club makes a big effort with our wives and kids and family, and so it's more than just a team than a rugby team. It's really some guys you can count on, and the club as well. They always understand if you ask them anything or tell them anything or whatever, they're always there for you.
Okay. And okay, with your partner both being, how much Afrikaans do you guys speak to each other in the game?
Oh, it depends. In the beginning, we were like 8 or 9 South Africans. We had Jacques Renier, Francis Steyn, Johan Goosen, Francis van der Merwe. We had such a I mean, every week we had at least 2-3 braais as well, drinking and brandy and coke. Now it's just me and Anthony Claassen. We're both French, so yeah, I do socialize a lot with not just with the South African guys, but with everyone. I'm very good friends with the Argentinian guys. I've got almost most of my friends, all the French guys I play with. Yeah, so. In the beginning, it was a lot of Afrikaans. Now we're only 2, so we do speak a little less than we used to.
Yeah, but when you're in the game and stuff's happening and stuff, you obviously speak to him in Afrikaans about what you want, what he wants you to do, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely. When we speak to each other, we only speak Afrikaans. Even if Jacob Paper's blowing, he blew 2 or 3. He's played 2 or 3 games for us in the past year, and I always speaks Afrikaans to him on the field as well, especially when we play against England or someone. It's quite funny.
And have you taught your hooker and everybody Afrikaans as well for when you play against the Boks, so that they know what?
Everyone knows a few words.
Yeah, the popular ones.
Definitely. Yeah. It's lekker.
No, that is really awesome. How did it feel that the first time your debut was against the All Blacks?
Yes.
How was that? Standing there with the haka and everything.
I tell everyone, it just goes so fast. We played the Thursday. We played against the Blues. We had a midweek game, so we played. There was 3 tests and 1 midweek game. So I played the midweek game and I played 80 minutes. And then they told me, listen, you played really well. You're going to start on Saturday. So having that turnaround and only 2 days to recover and then playing the All Blacks was pretty hectic. And then with that I had a stomach bug. So I was in bed with fever and not feeling well. And literally got up 2 hours before the game. Went there and and adrenaline just took over. It was brilliant seeing the haka, just all that emotions going through you. Thinking back of it, it just literally went too fast. It's too much to take in. But yeah, a really big moment for me. My family was all there, and I really enjoyed it. So it's a massive. It just makes you think of all the hard work you've done, and just that you've arrived there. And yeah, it's probably my proudest rugby moment.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, that's one of the big things I think that any rugby player in their life would want to see, and also not want to see, is the haka being performed in front of you while you're on the field. You know you're going to play against those guys right now.
Yeah, no, it's pretty amazing seeing it, and it's a lot of people ask you if it motivates you or does it scare you or what, but I think it's really for them. It obviously motivates them, but you playing against them, being competitive and athlete, it really does motivate teams that play against them as well.
Yeah. No.
Because a lot of people say that they've got an advantage of doing the haka. I don't really think so. I do think it actually motivates teams that play against them. You there? Okay. Yeah.